Hi there, beautiful beings. How are you today? How are you feeling? So in the next few videos, we are going to be talking about the beautiful forgiveness course because we are running an event for forgiveness this month over the course of the next 2 Fridays and the next 2 Saturdays. The Fridays will be at 12:30 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. The Saturdays will be 9 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. And what we didn't mention in the previous video is that you need to register. So what happens is once you register, we can send you all the details, the Zoom link, for you to be present on the day, whichever day you decide to come to the event. Now, if you miss the live, the event is the same event over the 4 days. We're just giving you 4 different days to choose from, 4 options. And the Saturdays and the Fridays are different times to suit different time zones. That's the reason for that. If you register for any of them, know in your heart that if you can't make it live, it's okay. You will receive a recording of the replay. So you will still receive all of the information the following day. We will upload it and we will send it to everyone in their email. So even if you are live, you might want to re-watch it, watch the replay and pick up on new things that you didn't hear the first time. Sometimes when we're live, we're so busy trying to get it all in and then we miss a lot of what's happening. I've done that many, many times where I'll just watch the replay a few times and each time I'll pick up new things, So in this gorgeous video, what was coming up was we wanted to talk about sharing, that when we share, we are offering other people a different perspective because we're all different. We all have different experiences. As much as we're all human and we're all the same, we're all spirit in human form. We all have different experiences and they've made us who we are today. So when I'm looking at something, and my husband is looking at the same thing, a beautiful example that comes to mind is just remembering our wedding day. One day we were sitting there and he was talking about what he remembered about our wedding day. And some of the things that he mentioned, I couldn't remember. And then I started to talk about all the things that I remembered from our wedding day, and some of those things he couldn't remember. So what stood out to me on my wedding day, what was important to me, was different for him. Some of the things, yes, they crossed over, they were the same. But there were so many things that he remembered that I just, when he mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah. But it wasn't on the top of my list, of what of my memory of that day, of what was important that day for me. And like that is everything in life, how we view something. How I view things is very different to how my husband views them. So different to how my daughter sees them. So many times I go to her and I'll ask her, this is what I'm looking at. And I'll say to her, what do you see? How do you see it? I always go and ask her because I'm actually tickled pink half the time. What she comes up with is just, to me, is incredible. She always blows my mind. And we were on a walk yesterday and, I was telling her, aren't you proud of me? I was saying to her, a few months back, I could hardly walk. I was in so much pain in my hips, and the doctor told me I had osteoarthritis. And I thought, oh, okay, that's his diagnosis, and I was grateful for that. But there's nothing they can do apart from give me painkillers to manage the pain at the time. And so I thought, you know what? It's time to walk the walk. I talk the talk, but it's time to walk the walk, And so a few weeks ago, I began visualizing. Every morning, I would wake up, and before I even opened up my eyes as I was awakening, I would say to my body, I am strong, and every day I'm getting stronger. And I would go to bed. I am strong, and every day I'm getting stronger. And I would see myself walking like I've always walked. Pain-free, happy, with my daughter by my side, not having to wait for me because I'm hobbling, you know, trying to get to the next corner, you know. And within 4 weeks, it's gone. And I had that for about, I'm trying to think when it started in March. So March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months I was hobbling, and it was getting worse and it was getting worse. And I thought, well, you know, if I keep getting all this information that we are powerful creators and that we create our reality, then it's time to start practicing that. How do I want it to look? How do I want my body to look? How do I want it to be? And so yesterday, I'm telling her, aren't you proud of me? You know, that after all this, I keep telling everyone that you have to see it to manifest it. You have to see it. You have to be able to see it here. If you can't see it, you can't bring it into your reality. And I said to her, and I focused, and even throughout the day, whatever exercise I was doing, especially when I was doing yoga, because I started doing yoga every day, just 15 minutes, you know, because I was finding it hurt, you know, originally, you know, at the beginning when I was trying to do it. And each time I would tell myself, I am flexible, and every day I'm getting more flexible. I would tell my body, I am flexible, I'm getting more flexible. And so when I was telling her yesterday, you know, about my hips, and aren't you proud of me? And look, you know, I did it, you know, I believed and I did it, you know, that this is how it works. And I need to see it. And so I did. I visualized it all throughout the day. That was my main vision of my hips being healed, you know, back to full health, full vitality. And so that's been wonderful. And then she says to me yesterday, well, you know, why don't you sort out your eyesight? And I said to her, oh. And she said to me, Mum, all you have to do is open your eyes and look, you know. And for so long, I remember as a little one, I started wearing glasses when I was 10. And for so long, I knew within myself that it was because there was so much in this world that I did not want to see. So much. You know, from so little, I would see all those ads for, was it World Vision or UNICEF was the main one that would show up all the time when I was little. And I would see all those starving children, and I just couldn't, you know, at the time. And I'm talking, I was 8, 9, 10, always asking my dad, why can't we send them food? Why can't we send them all the leftovers? We throw away so much food at the end of the day. Why can't we give it to them? I couldn't understand it as a child. And like that, well, you know, when we started seeing on the news all the wars, all of those, again, I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. It hurt too much inside. And with time, I realized why the wars, you know, that information came from a past lifetime regression. But there was so much of this world that I just couldn't see. It just hurt too much inside, you know. And when you realize the truth, when you awaken and you realize that we are spirit in human form, and that all of these beings are spirit in human form, it is all spirit. There is nothing else happening here. And each being has a soul, and that soul has chosen what it wants to experience in this lifetime. Then there is no judgment, only love. There is no judgment. I remember that beautiful quote from Mother Teresa. If you are judging, you are not loving. You cannot do both. If you are judging it, you are looking at it as the separate eye. You are looking at it from the eyes of ego, as it's something separate from you. When you are looking at it through the eyes of love, you realize there is no separation. It is all one. It is all spirit. It is all perfect. So the reason The events we are holding are for the group sessions for forgiveness. And we want to start there because we don't see the point. I don't see the point of starting with an A.W.A.K.E.N course, for example, or the Spirit Guides course, and people will be coming in and they've got all this baggage, that they haven't resolved yet. They haven't healed it. They haven't let go of it yet. So the energy is all trapped and caught up there. We need to start there. We need to let go of that baggage. We need to release it. We need to let go. We're done with it. We need to heal it. All of that's all the same. However you want to call it. To let go of it, to release it, to heal it. It's all the same process. It's freeing up your energy from that. From being in that space. From being in that density, because resentment, anger are very dense in our energy, in our energetic field. They make us very dense, very heavy. So we need to release all of that first, because to be with our spirit guides, to be with our higher self, we need to be light. We need to be free of all of that. So you've had that experience, you know what that is. And I know that's why I had to go through it, because otherwise I would not have understood what the forgiveness process was all about. If I didn't have resentment with my mum, if I didn't have that experience, the anger, what does that all feel like? If I didn't have that, I couldn't understand it. I wouldn't be the one here talking about forgiveness with so much passion and love for what it brings to you. So, my beautiful beings, the reason we love so much working with a group is because each individual that is part of the group brings in a different perspective. Even if you are not sharing because you are too shy, too ashamed, too whatever the words are of why people don't like to share, it doesn't matter, because my spirit team will pick up on what's going on with all the beings that are a part of the group. You don't need to say anything. They will pick it up. So many times here I receive messages of gratitude that, oh, I needed this message today. And originally that message wasn't intended for that person. It was actually answering someone else's question, And so I just put it out there now. I know that it belongs to someone, that someone out there needs this message. I don't think anymore, oh, it was just this person asked this question and so I'm just answering that. I know that there will be others out there that this will serve as well. So, my beautiful beings, together we are stronger. Together as a group, together, even if you sign up for the one-on-one coaching and it's just you and me, we are still together. You are not doing it alone. And for me, I needed to go through this process. It was part of my path. But the most precious thing that we have here in this life is time. And it took me 10 years to create a program that takes 3 months. Because in those 3 months, you may be able to release. I believe you can. I believe in you, that you can release what's no longer serving you, and that will open you up to finding your path, your purpose. While our energy is trapped in that, in resentment, in anger, in unforgiveness and holding on to all of these grudges, your energy is trapped there. It's caught up in that. It's focusing on that person did me wrong, that person hurt me, that person. And while it's caught up in all of that, it's not free to explore, well, now I'm free of that. Higher self, let's connect. What am I doing here? What am I meant to be doing here? What's my purpose? That is something else that comes forward once that's all released and your energy is free. This is why so many of these videos are about freeing your energy, freeing the way you look at things. If it doesn't resonate, it's okay. It's not for you. It's not for your path. Not everything that we say here on this beautiful YouTube channel will resonate with you. You know, for a long time, people talked about past lifetime regressions. And that didn't resonate with me. I didn't believe in them. I didn't believe they existed until I had one. And now it's not a question of belief. It's a question of knowledge. Oh, I know they exist. So, my beautiful beings, is it time for you to step into that? What is my life's purpose? I want my energy to be in that every day and work towards that or play with that every day. I don't like calling it work anymore because it doesn't feel like work. It's play. I know to my soul, we are playing here. This is our playground and this is what we're doing. And when you are in that space, it all becomes fun. We have made this forgiveness course as simple as possible, and it is so easy, down to just 3 steps. We've even made it that simple. We've made it the least amount of steps that you need to get from this unforgiveness and resentment to, okay, my energy is free now. I can start to work with my higher self. I can start to work on my life purpose. I've released all of that. It no longer serves me. I can let it go. So, my beautiful beings, it's always your choice. Always. You have a choice. What do you choose? How do you want your life to look? It all starts up here. If you can see it, if you can see yourself without that baggage, without all of that, that you don't need to carry it anymore. You can put those bags down for good. Not just for a little while, but for good. You don't need it anymore. I know in my heart that this is what I am meant to be doing. Even when I was little and I would observe my parents and I would watch them get angry with this sibling and get angry with that sibling, their siblings, my aunts and uncles, and we're not talking to them now. And sometimes they'd spend years not talking to them because of something that offended them. Years we would spend not speaking to them. And in my heart, I always knew, it didn't feel right to me. I always knew that, you're not allowed to make a mistake? We're not allowed to make a mistake? We're going to be punished like that? That, oh, okay, now I don't want to talk to you? That's what unforgiveness does. It separates even more. It separates you even more. It creates a bigger divide, a bigger separation. So, my beautiful beings, it's up to you. I know I can help, and I know this stuff works. If it was just me, if I just went through the process and came out the other end feeling the way I do, having the experiences that I'm having, then okay, you could think, oh, it's a one-off. It's just her. But it's not. It's not just me. There have been many, many students. There are testimonials on all the pages of the students, of their gratitude for the freedom they get to enjoy every single day because they made that decision that they were done with resentment. They were done with unforgiveness. They wanted to step into their purpose. All right, my beautiful beings. We love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And send us an email if it's something personal or private and you don't want to make a comment below. My email is in all the descriptions. Every single video has my email in it. Reach out because that's what we're here for. It starts with you. You have to see it. You have to see it for yourself. We are just here to show you what is possible for you. All right, my beautiful beings. Bye for now.